I met Kathy nearly 25 years ago in a dimly lit bar in New York City. One of those serendipitous Friday nights where time seems to slow down. I was out with friends, enjoying the usual banter and drinks, when I noticed her across the room. There was something magnetic about her presence and effortless charm in the way she laughed. The spark in her eyes, the energy that pulled people in. I couldn't resist. I walked up and struck a conversation. What began as a simple chat stretched into hours. I was drawn to her intellect, her wit, and her free-spirited nature. She was vibrant and alive, as though the world had never dulled her curiosity. Soon after, we began dating. Days turned into months, and months into years. I fell in love with her. Deeply and irreversibly, our connection grew stronger, and after a couple of years, I proposed under an old oak tree in Central Park. She said yes with tears in her eyes, and we were married in a small, intimate ceremony surrounded by close friends and family. My business was thriving back then. I ran a small company and made good money. Life in New York was expensive, but I made sure Kathy never felt any of it. We lived in comfort, with every necessity and many luxuries. I did everything I could to make her happy, but Kathy's social circle was filled with women married to extremely wealthy men who handed out credit cards like candy and who, after divorces, paid watering amounts in alimony. Many of those women had since divorced, and instead of struggling, they flourished in leisure, seemingly free from any burdens. I never liked them. I always felt they carried a kind of moral decay masked by designer brands and artificial smiles. I warned Kathy about their influence. Some of them had even flirted with me when she wasn't looking. I didn't tell her what would have been the point. I just kept my distance and trusted her. Kathy would reassure me often that she loved our life, that she wasn't like them, that her friends would never change who she was. And for a long time, I believed her. But things began to shift as she approached her mid-40s. On her 45th birthday, she chose to celebrate not with me or our son, Ron, who was then away at college, but with her friends. She said one of them was leaving the city, and they had planned a special evening. I wanted to celebrate with her, but I didn't push. I stayed home with a bottle of Jack Daniels and my thoughts. Kathy, always active on social media, decided to livestream her party. What I saw left me disgusted. Her friends presented her with a cake shaped like a male organ, complete with suggestive decorations. She laughed, took a bite, danced with them. The party ended at a male strip club, with her documenting every moment for the world to see. When she came home, I confronted her not with rage, but with disappointment. I told her she had humiliated herself, and more painfully, she had humiliated us, a married woman, a mother, parading herself in public like that. I reminded her that our son could easily see these videos. She blamed it all on her friends, said the strip club was a surprise. But surprises only last until the door opens you have to choose to walk in. She cried. I couldn't even sleep in the same room with her that night. The next day, she said nothing and left for the gym. Our home grew cold. Weeks passed, and I asked if she was still upset. She snapped, called me jealous, mocked my lack of a social life. She said I couldn't handle a woman who was still vibrant and desired. I told her I didn't go to strip clubs because I respected her. She didn't see the irony. After that, we barely talked. She poured herself into TikTok, chasing followers, turning daily life into a performance. I stopped watching. I focused on work, on Ron, on anything but her social media stunts. On my birthday, we spent time as a family, me, her, and Ron, but even then, she was glued to her phone. Ron noticed too and asked, "What's up with Mom?" I laughed it off with a joke about the social media bug, but inside, I was burning. Later that night, on the drive home, I couldn't hold it in anymore. I pulled the car over and asked her to step out. She did, then started live streaming the view. That's what I had become to her, a background to be recorded. I took her phone and stopped the stream. I told her firmly that family deserves presents, not performances. Another year passed. Her next birthday arrived, and I tried again. I gave her a diamond-studded bracelet. She kissed me, smiled, and left to celebrate with her friends. I sat alone in a quiet house. The next morning, I asked her if she would consider therapy. I told her we were standing on the edge of something we might not come back from. She shrugged it off and left for the gym with a juice in her hand like nothing had happened. I stayed home, waiting. When she returned with her friends, no less, I took her aside and asked her what she really wanted. Her answer was quiet, almost empty. She admitted she had been thinking of divorce for 2 years. I was stunned. She said she wanted to start over. I warned her, not out of bitterness, but out of reality. I told her that her so-called friends were shallow and lost, and the world out there wasn't what Instagram made it seem. You'll be surrounded by wolves, I said. She shot back, then let them eat. I'll still be content. That was it. The next day, she posted a video online. She said she was finally getting what she wanted. I'm just being honest. She told her followers. She called me after, saying she missed me. I told her this was the last chance. Once the papers were filed, there was no turning back. She hung up. A few weeks later, it was done. No goodbyes. Kathy moved out. Ron took it hard but admitted he had seen the writing on the wall. The next day, Kathy posted some metaphor about holes in aluminum foil and how she could finally see the light. I rolled my eyes. A few days later, she posted again, this time flaunting a new man, young, built, shirtless, a 20-something playboy. I chuckled. At least my money's getting some ABS, I said to myself. Then came the flood. Heartbreak videos, crying confessions. She was dumped, fast. Our mutual friend confirmed it. Another boy toy came and went. Then another. Then a lingerie video. At some tacky private party. She was spiraling, but now I felt nothing. No pain, no anger. Just silence. I saw her again, by accident, at a restaurant with yet another guy. I left quickly. She didn't even see me. Then came her desperate TikTok post. I just want my old life back. I miss my family. I miss my husband. Ted warned me, but I didn't listen. She showed up at my office one afternoon, said she wanted to come home. I laughed, genuinely laughed. Home? There's no home. Kathy, I sold the house. You wanted your Nirvana pad. Remember, you got it. She asked if she could stay with me. I share my bed with my dog now, I said. A giant Saint Bernard, and he doesn't like strangers. I'm not a stranger, she whispered. You are to him, Kathy, and to me. I told her I wasn't Will Smith, and she wasn't Jada Pinkett. I don't tolerate betrayal. You make your choice, you live with it. She left crying. Later, she posted another video about how hard it is to find love after 45. She's right. It's not easy. But she had love. She had loyalty. She had a family. And she traded it all for Instagram clout and fleeting affection from men who barely remembered her name the next morning. You don't begin life at 47. Nature teaches us that things ripen for a reason. Leave them too long, and they rot. Kathy ignored the signs. She chased shadows, and when the light came on, she was alone. As for me, I may never marry again. I'm in my 50s. I've had love. I've had pain. And now, I have peace. My son is strong. My business is steady. And my dog greets me every evening with more loyalty than I ever saw in Kathy's eyes. Toward the end, that's enough for me. When the time comes, I'll pass on everything I've built to Ron. The rest, I've let it go.